Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2018. The Retro Remix. Dad. AF. The covers. Just like a white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh. Just like a white-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Let's get right into it. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, sham-a-lang, dang, ding-dong. Ding! How's the drama phone? This is Peter speaking. Oh, hi, Jane, how are you? Oh, I'm just sitting here having some gimlets, watching the YouTube, Jane. YouTube, Jane, YouTube, videos. No, not from the red box. No, those are DVDs, Jane. Blockbuster's closed, Jane. Videos on the YouTube. She gets so confused. Well, his name is Peter Monn. I just think he's so handsome. Well, he's just so handsome and he's so funny. My favorite video of his is this one called Post Office Storytime. It sounds a little familiar, but you know, gimlets, I'm having a few gimlets. Well, we stayed up awfully late last night watching Fences, Jane, Fences. You know Don loves that movie. Peter Monn, Jane. He's done so many funny story times. He did the Post Office Storytime, and then let me see. He did the Pink Tutu Storytime. Oh, that one's one of my favorites. Well, he's a drama channel, Jane. A drama channel. I mean, just drama. Very serious drama. Drama channel, Jane. Well, I just can't with you. You don't like those channels? Why don't you like them? What? Well, I won't talk to you anymore then. Goodbye, Jane. So today I thought, let me fix my hair. Let's do a little story time. I haven't done a story time on this channel forever. Have you seen that video? Because if you haven't, you don't get what that was all about. So anyway, I was talking to a friend of mine on the phone last night. Now, if you don't know, what you don't know is a lot, okay? Yes, right here, Peter Monn. am obsessed with psychics. I have been forever, okay? And from the time that I was like, you know, of legal age to go see a psychic, I went to psychics all the time. I have gone to so many psychics, you have no idea. And I have done 2 videos about psychics on my channel. One I did about like fake TV psychics and who I believe and who I don't. And the other one is, and I'll link it below, and the other one is about a very real experience that I had going to a psychic. And it's probably, honestly, the only real experience that I've ever had going to a psychic. Now, some of the other things you must know about me. First of all, that I have listened to Coast AM, which Jordan Horry, and Art Bell, and all those people through the years, okay? It is on from, I think, 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. where I live. And I used to, like when we would take road trips, I would arrange it around that time so I could drive and listen to Coast AM. And if you guys don't know what that show is, they talk about spirit people and spirit realms and psychics and mediums, and they talk about shadow people and conspiracy theories. Oh my Lord, those conspiracy theories. I mean, will we ever know what happened to John F. Kennedy? But it's all on there, okay? All of it. There are aliens among us, and I say this all the time and people don't believe me, okay? Cats are aliens, just look at them, all right? And there's something weird about our feet, too. Like, they don't talk about this on Coast AM, but have you ever looked at your foot? I mean, feet are weird. I don't like my feet. I'm not a foot person, so if you're a foot person, hey, have at your gig, okay? But that's some weird shit, and I think there's something alien about you if you like that. But anyway, I love that Coast AM. Oh, I just can't get enough of it, right? And I believe every bit of it. I believe in Loch Ness Monster. This is true. I mean, this is true story right here. I believe in the Loch Ness Monster. I believe in, Bigfoot. I believe in all of it, okay? I mean, I could be convinced of Santa Claus. I'm dead serious, right? Because I just think the world is more fun and more exciting with a little magic in it. You know what I mean? And that's why, like, the Harry Potter books have done so well, because people want to believe in all of that stuff. I believe that children are our future. Whitney! The receipts! Whitney, need that headband that she had in there. All my good Judies back in the day had those headbands. So they were basically bandanas, and they would just tie them in a knot in the middle and put them around that. They all thought they were Whitney Houston. None of them were, okay? So anyway, I have a long history of going to psychics. This is where people can timestamp this. 523 psychic story. So the first time I ever like legit went to a psychic and really thought about it was really the story that I told in the other video. And it was funny because my good friend Tanya and I, we went on Halloween, right? And she had never gone to a psychic before because she has a very like strict religious background that she grew up in. And so that was kind of frowned upon. Not that, like my parents weren't opposed to it, but I can remember one time my mom and I, on Halloween actually, we went to Nashville, Indiana, which is like this little small area. It's very cute. It's by Bloomington where Indiana University is. And there's like all these little shops and stuff. And there's a psychic there, right? And she was like with the chair in the window and all that stuff. I love all kind of stuff. It very much reminds me of, did you ever see the movie Something Wicked This Way Comes? I love Halloween. Can it just be Halloween again? Well, I love summer too. So anyway, that's beside the point. But, so I would remember walking by there and my mom said to me, she goes, I said, oh, I want to go in here and see the psychic. It was like $20 for readings, right? And my mom was like, oh, I think that's blasphemy. And I was like, well, I don't give a shit. I'm going in there, blasphemy or not. Blasphemy all the way to, I don't care. I'm going, okay? My mom's like, well, I think I might kind of want to go too, but do you think that's like against God? I'm like, Mom, it's a psychic in Nashville, Indiana next to the fudge shop, okay? She's $20, right? So anyway, I went in there, and she told me a bunch of tomfoolery, hocus pocus, okay? It was just a bunch of junk. She told me I was gonna she said something about a yellow truck, because later, my friend Krissa, she and I back in the day, we went to this like psychic fair. It was called Pyramid of Enlightenment. It was so weird. Okay, we went in there, and there were people sitting in there with those like, do you remember those old school like 1950 like things that they would wear in their head with crystal? There were people like that, seriously. And people were like, oh my God, he's so good. You have to go to him. And he'd be like sitting there reading his crystal ball. Listen, this is who I want to go to, okay? I want to go to Judy Smith, sitting up in her house in a residential area, and she's like $300 because you know if they're good, that good, they ought to be costing some money. I think that Teresa Caputo, she's about $10,000 a reading right now. I mean, she has to because she's poor thing's going through a divorce and she's the Louboutin psychic, okay? So anyway, my favorite's that Monica the Medium, and they canceled her show, and I'm pissed about it. I love that Monica the Medium. I think she's real all day long. And every time I do one of these videos, somebody puts in the comment sections, oh, they're fake this. Don't do that to me. Don't ruin it for me. So anyway, I went to that psychic in Nashville, Indiana. It was a bunch of junk. It was a waste of my $20, but it was fun. So then, my friend Tanya and I, we go on Halloween to this place called New Age People in Indianapolis. New Age People. They got crystals and listen, it's where I went in there and bought that. What is going on? I try to do my hair and everything today. I think the spirits are getting up into my hair. So anyway, we went to this New Age People. Now, if you remember, if you've watched my video where I went to the Baumeister Mansion because my friend Melissa and I, we did a paranormal investigation. That video is out there too. I vlogged the whole thing, okay? We stayed there all night long. We did the EMT machines or whatever they're called. I don't know. We did all that kind of stuff. Oh, it was so scary about the serial killer. I can't even drive by that house. It still scares the shit out of me, but nothing happened. But anyway, I was like, I'll tell you why nothing happened too, because I went right up in that New Age People and I said, we're going to deal with some spirits, okay? And I ain't right with it. So I need some stuff. They gave me this black, I don't know, crystal, something that's supposed to, I got it over there next to my cross. And then a sage spray. And I say, listen, that stuff stinks, okay? It is not pretty. But I sprayed the shit out of myself before I went in there. And then Melissa got mad at me later. She said, well, no wonder we didn't see no spirits or ghosts or anything because you done sprayed yourself with all this kind of stuff. But then it was real sadly to me anyway because it was like a serial killer. And I was like, I don't even want to be here. This is so sad, this whole story. Like, real people died. So anyway, that's kind of how that whole thing ended. If you want to know about all that, every time I talk about the Herb Baumeister thing, I always get 15 people that email me and they tell me their stories with serial killers. That shit's spooky strange. Don't be writing to no serial killers in prison. I'm telling you, right? Just don't, okay? So anyway, I mean, seriously, that's just common sense. But anyway, but it is interesting. So if you have, send that information to me because I like to know. But anyway, so then Tanya Jean, we go up in this New Age People, right? And she's like, I'm going to go to this guy because he's like a dog psychic and she owns a dog kennel, right? And I'm like, I had just had my dog put to sleep like 2 weeks before and I was devastated. And I go, Tanya, I want to go to him. And she goes, okay, we'll go to him. She's like, I ain't fighting you over a psychic. So I go in there and this guy was an idiot, okay? He was like, oh, you have a baby on the other side. And I was like, I don't have a baby on the other side. He was like, yes, you are. You're blocking me. I go, okay. And he goes, he's like drawing on his piece of paper, and he's like, you're a 1, you're a 10, you're a 1. I go, what is it? He goes, life cycles, you're a 1, you're a 10, or 9, and I go, and then he keeps on going, you have a baby on the other side. I go, I don't have any baby on the other side. He was like, yes, like you had a girl that you got pregnant and you miscarried. I go, no. He goes, what do you mean no? And I go, I'm a golden star. I've never had sex with a girl. Come on now. And he goes, I go, what kind of psychic are you? He goes, I'm not even going to charge you. Just leave. I was so hurt. My feelings were so hurt. So anyway, I left. I got out to the car and I thought, Tanya's going to come out here and she's going to laugh a mile a minute. So she got out the car. She comes to the car. She's like bawling her eyes out. And I said, so did you think it was a bunch of junk and now you're just real upset about that you wasted your money on it? She goes, that was the most amazing experience I've ever had in my entire life. And I got Sister Susie over here is telling me I got some baby up in heaven. So anyway, I said, well, I'm calling. I'm scheduling an appointment today to go see him. Now, that's what my other video is about. So if y'all want, you can go, I'll link that one, right? So then, about 2 years after that, now my mother passed away 10 years ago, and I've always wanted some burning bush, or I want some message from a medium or a psychic, okay? Now, let me tell you something. I have had something, I said this in my vlog the other night, I'm putting it out here now. Every time I do a video about psychics, I always think some really, like, serious, super real psychic medium's gonna contact me. It never happens. It's starting to make me think that they aren't out there, is the truth of the nature, okay? So anyway, about 2 years after that, I was like, I'm going to a real psychic, right? And so I was like Google searching like the best psychic in Indiana and all this kind of stuff. Now there's this one lady and I've been holding on to her, okay? Because I put her in my back pocket because I'm like, now she's the one. So when I really want to go hear a psychic, I'm going to her, okay? So anyway, and this thing has been happening to me. I have been saying this in my vlog lately, that I know is a sign from my mother, because y'all know, I believe it, Mom. So anyway, I'm telling you, it's the truth, okay? And it has been happening over and over and over and over and over and over, like on a daily basis. And this is not something that you can make up, and this is not something y'all can guess. My good friend Justin Daly yesterday, he said, he goes, the microwave's been turning on by itself. I said, don't even try to guess. You don't even know what you're talking about. I'm not telling you anyway. He goes, oh, that's what it is. I said, no, that's not what it is. So anyway, I'm not telling anybody. I haven't even told my husband what this is. Because when I sit in front of a psychic medium and she says, your mother has been doing this to let you know that she's okay, I will know that that person's the real deal. So anyway, and it's very specific too. So anyway, so I find the psychic and she is out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, over by like, it looked like someplace where they kept people that were kidnapped and stuff. It was spooky scary, okay? It was next to a railroad track. It was past the casino, down 2 roads. I was like, this is some scary shit. I don't know if I want to go up in this place. So I go, and it's this old lady, and she had her picture on the internet and all this kind of stuff. So I went in there, and I'm all excited. It's $200 to go see this lady, okay? $200. Now, let me just tell you what most psychics cost, all right? Now, I don't know about psychics where you live, and I don't know where psychics, how it works other places. I think those 1-800 phone psychics, Miss Cleo, shit like that, that's kind of like per the minute. I don't know, but I wouldn't do all that kind of stuff because, I mean, well, what if you're on the last minute? You ain't got no money, and they go, oh, I got something real important to say, and then it just, what? So anyway, the New Age people that I went to, I think it was $20 for every 15 minutes, and I always did a half an hour. Now, other psychics are usually like $60 an hour, $100 an hour. This one was $200 an hour, so you know I knew going into this thing, I mean, she was the real deal, okay? I was ready for it. Oh, and this was the other thing. She tape recorded her session so you could play them back as many times as you wanted to. I thought, well, first of all, who listens to a tape record? How am I going to listen to this thing anymore, right? But I was like, oh no, I'm going to listen to this thing. I'm going to listen to it every day because she's going to say on there's some special information that your mom needs to tell you. Oh, by the way, every psychic I've ever gone to has told me that I have something worth like $200,000 in my basement. It's just a bunch of junk down there. I've looked everywhere. But they won't tell me where it is. They're always like this. And I've had so many people guess and send me. So anyway, I go and I see this woman and she's in there. And she goes, come on. She goes, come on, sweetie, sit down in the kitchen. I said, okay. So we sit down at this kitchen table, one of those Formica kitchen tables. I was like, all right, this is kind of cute. This is kind of how I imagine like a psychic, you know, in a movie that's going to like solve some kind of mystery and tell you where the dead bodies are. Those are the kind of psychics I like. So anyway, I'm sitting down there and all of a sudden I hear like behind me, I hear this like, like this like child like singing, and I'm like, oh my Lord, the spirits are alive in this house. Oh no, my God, I'm scared shitless, right? This little girl comes in the kitchen. I bet she's no older than 4 years old, okay, holding this Barbie doll. And this woman's over there, she's smoking a cigarette as she's doing my reading, okay? Now, I like a good cigarette every once in a while, don't get me wrong, okay, with a cup of coffee or up in the casino, but not while I'm doing somebody's psychic reading, okay? So she's sitting there holding this cigarette, right, and her granddaughter walks in the room, and she looks at this little girl. She don't miss a beat, right? She goes, I got something important to tell you in a second. She goes, I didn't Grandma tell you to stay out of the kitchen when I'm doing a reading? You ain't gonna get no toy after this. I'm like, oh my, what just happened in here? So that little girl, she goes running back in there. So she got this tape recorder, and she's like, oh, now I forgot what I was gonna say. She's sitting there the whole time with her cigarette. Well, she goes, let me see. She goes, I'm looking, I'm talking, yes. She goes, now somebody very important has passed in your life. I'm like, Now, you know what you do when you go into these psychics, right? You don't tell them shit. You don't tell them nothing, okay? You don't tell them if they're wrong. You don't tell them if they're right. You don't tell them nothing, okay? You don't give them no clues. That's rule number one to psychics. So anyway, she goes, well, I think she smoked those Eves or Moors. I think, now that I think about it, this is a true story, but I think she did smoke those Moors. You know what I'm talking about? Those long black cigarettes that come in those green. I'm gonna look this woman's name up and put it underneath her because I know people are gonna be like, you are a liar and that Misty's not real either. I'll get that Misty up in here in a video because nobody believes me that Misty did give blowjobs up to the bathroom, but she did. She just doesn't want to come on my video and own it. And I think y'all need to own your truth. Misty, you need to own your truth. Come up on your videos and talk about how you used to give dudes blowjobs in the bathroom for $2. True story. So anyway, this woman, she sat there. I don't know what she smoked, an Eva Moore. I don't know. Kent. Y'all remember those Kents? My mom used to smoke those back in the day. I'd steal them and drink a beer too. So anyway, she sat there smoking. She's like, yes. Now, somebody real important to you passed recently. I'm like, okay. She goes, it wasn't your mom or your dad because they're still alive. All your grandparents are still alive. They're all dead. I think it was an ex-girlfriend. I was like, girl, get me the fuck out of this place, right? I was so pissed. She goes, now, does any of this sound incorrect? I said, well, maybe, just a little bit. She goes, okay. She goes, now, this person that passed, their name starts with a P. And I said, okay. She goes, Penelope? She went through all these P names, right? I'm like, I did not have the heart to tell this girl, okay, this woman, who's probably 70, that I was gay as the day is long, okay, and that I was a golden star. And I don't know why all these psychics can't figure out that I am gay, okay, when everybody else under the sun knows that I am gay, okay? I don't understand what kind of psychic abilities they need to have that they can't figure that out. Maybe I wasn't supposed to be, I don't know, in the psychic realm. They don't cover that kind of shit on Coast to Coast AM, but anyway. So she goes on, and I mean to tell you about 3 times while we were doing this reading, okay? Every time she paused that tape, and her granddaughter would walk in the room, and I couldn't see her because the granddaughter would come in behind me, and she'd go like this. She'd go, what'd Grandmama tell you about coming into the kitchen during readings? And that little girl, she'd saunter on out of there. One time she gave her a juice box. She's like, listen, I'm gonna give you a Capri Sun. And she goes, and you can go out there, and she goes, and then we'll get you a toy. The whole time it was all about this toy I'm gonna get you, okay? If you just shut your mouth and you're good for Grandma's $200, we'll go get you a toy. Probably some dollar store toy, because Grandma wasn't spending a whole lot of money, other than her probably on her rent and these psychic readings. I was so thrown out. I need to tell you, she had a buzzer and everything. Right at an hour, she was done. The tape was done. She handed me the tape. She goes, I think we really covered some serious stuff. I said, yeah, she didn't get one thing right. Not one thing. She told me I worked like in graphic design. I was like, I can't even hardly turn on a computer. She told me all kinds of mumbo jumbo. She told me I had all kinds of brothers and sisters. I was going to get married and have kids. She told me this woman, she didn't know what she was talking about, okay? I was so pissed. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you live in Indiana, you'll know what I'm talking about. She was off the Shelbyville exit. If you turn right and then you turn right again, you end up in her house, okay? If you turn left, you go to the casino. Guess what this one did? I was so pissed. There's a McDonald's right next to that casino too. I drove through that McDonald's, okay? I got me a good #1 Big Mac, large fry, and a large Dr. Pepper. And as I was driving through, I threw that fucking cassette right up in the trash, ate it in the parking lot, went up to the casino, and I tried to win my money back. I probably didn't. I don't even remember. But that's not the point. The point is, I need to find me a real psychic, okay? These psychic scams, they piss me off so bad. I've been to so many. I got 15 more stories I could tell you guys about these psychics. It is such tomfoolery. It's wrong. It's just wrong. There ain't nothing about it that's right, okay? It's just all of it wrong. And these people are out there scamming it, and I don't think it's right. And I'm I'm gonna make it my mission because I need to find a real psychic. Does anybody know out there a real psychic that can book me this week and then on some kind of TV show? Because that Tyler Henry, I mean, he's a fake all day long. I don't want to, I mean, I don't, that Tyler Henry, he shows up at Boy George's house and he don't even know who it is. Come a chameleon. I've never heard of you before. Where'd you grow up? Underneath a rock? Anyway, I want a real psychic reading, like for real, today. I love you guys and I'll talk to you later. Bye.